I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming agent coming to Valorant, and also, like I usually do, continue yapping into the greater detail on what it means, because the latest releases, like for example ISO and even previously Harbor, have been underwhelming. There's this kind of chain of Riot trying to be unique. Let's say ISO's ultimate is really chaotic and great, but then them coming out extremely underpowered and not impacting the game enough to feel like a fresh new agent. Then there's the other question: how many agents can Valorant even add to the game before it gets way too chaotic? But let's take a step back. Let's start with what we know about the next agent coming to Valorant. We have a little bit of a teaser card that you can see here. It doesn't say too much, but supposedly the latest agent is supposed to be a controller. We see bunny ears and kind of like an egg at the bottom. And you know what? Maybe it's like a bunny themed girl agent or guy agent. I have no idea. The reason it's Easter themed or bunny themed is because this agent will be released with episode 8 act 2, which is in March. So yeah, we've got a time away right now. We got some time moving forward. However, this belongs to the agent codenamed Smoke Dancer, which is something that we actually knew about or teased about a long time ago. So this is an agent that's been in development for quite some time. Smoke Dancer, in my opinion, this 100% will be a controller, but who knows for certain? It's just what I believe we'll get, but again, no one actually knows. However, what more can Riot do? This is the real question. When it comes to a controller, blocking vision is the main key thing. Will it just be yet another agent who throws out smokes? How can Riot take the essence of a tactical shooter and all its balancing that is needed and make more unique agents? Right? I hope you guys understand where I'm going with this. Now, a duelist like ISO is somewhat unique, like it or not, right? Like the whole aim labs concept where it pops up is unique. Sure, the invulnerable isn't, but not the entire kit will ever be unique. That is just too much chaos. If we isolate ISO to how it is, his wall is somewhat unique. It's not unfamiliar with Harbor, but it blocks bullets. We'll call that semi-unique. Invulnerable, not unique. However, his shield, very unique, and his ultimate, very unique, right? These are two concepts that are extremely unique to ISO. However, again, he released underpowered, and he hasn't shifted the game too substantially. This, in my opinion, is somewhat of a W release. ISO is a good example. Harbor, on the other hand, is actually a bad example, a poor example. A better example as a controller would be Astra. Astra really did shake things up. However, Astra came out way too OP and they slowly had to nerf her to the ground. A little bit unfortunate, but it would be unfair to not call Astra unique. We can't say Astra doesn't shift up the game when she's selected. She is an agent with substantial impact even on the way she is played. That is an agent that, while yes a controller, while yes still shoots out smoke, has so much impact and has so much unique to her kit, right? A star can be used in so many different ways, and I don't need to tell you what Astra does. You understand, Astra is very unique. So when it comes to this next one, what more can they do? Because truth be told, the last thing we want is another Harbor release. Not only did Harbor come out weak, he's still not really that strong. I understand, yes, in the right hands and with certain people, he can be strong, and I understand he has his own strengths, but overall, he's not really unique. Curving a wall was something that Phoenix could do before. It just stays up longer. Throwing out the wall forward and then stopping it, again, it's just another smoke. Then his bubble, like, his whole kit was so underwhelming and so boring, super lame. When a Harbor is chosen, I don't feel like it's very much different than any other controller in which I'm going to be playing against. So with this next one, I'm hoping something a little bit more unique. Now, if it is bunny / Easter themed, of course, some sort of movement ability on a controller. We haven't really seen that since like Omen, which is a base character. It'd be nice for them to shift it up a bit. An aggressive controller, right? Again, been a while since we've seen a really aggressive controller. And then building that kit around being an aggressive controller would be fantastic. Now, I know inherently controllers need to value their life heavily, but that's where things can get unique, because what if Riot actually made this controller with the thought process that he's actually supposed to replace a duelist? So you run a double controller comp where instead of choosing two duelists, you run this controller as the second pseudo duelist and also pseudo controller. That could be unique. That's something that shifts up the meta, allows them to shift up the kit, allows them to be very unique with the kit, and actually brings change to the game. Because here's another thing. I understand we never want a Chamber incident again, where Chamber was so strong for months on end, like actual months. We don't want that again. That is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But Riot needs to also not be afraid to release a little bit more of a powerful agent. agent, because a powerful agent allows the agent to find their footing and showcase how much they can change the game. Chamber was straight up oppression. If Riot just reacted faster to bring down Chamber to a reasonable level, though, it wouldn't have been a big deal. It's kind of weird, like Riot thinks, oh, if we release a too broken agent, we're screwed. Like, no, just patch, just work on it, get ready to move. You know what I mean? Don't release an underpowered agent and take forever to buff them, because in my opinion, just as bad. A new agent is supposed to shake up the game, which is what keeps the game feeling fresh inherently, right? We know the new gun is coming, and that alone will shake up the game even somewhat. The economy is a huge part of Valorant, and a lot of people are going to be excited to play with the new gun, new playstyles, new challenges. You get it. It makes sense. Agent inherently needs to do the same thing, but for it to be able to do that, needs to have some substantial power. So what I'd like to see is a controller agent more similar to Omen, meant to be played aggressively with some unique abilities. Yes, I think maybe it's like a teleport, maybe an extreme hop, some verticality, you know, some verticality. Since Jett lost the double updraft, we can have some more aggressive verticality added back into a controller agent. Maybe a controller agent that can quick cast their smokes. So again, imagine Jett, but a little bit stronger on the controller end. Imagine like right now you're watching this footage, I could jump a couple feet into the air and then insta cast a smoke with line of sight. So the idea would be either for the team or for myself, I could play an aggressive smoke, then there could be a wall ability that is slower, can be released from further, and allows for a little bit more of a traditional controller playstyle. And that's what I mean by a pseudo controller. Someone who can still control the area, but in an aggressive form. Or maybe like an, okay, this one's gonna sound stupid. You know how it might be bunny themed or egg themed. Imagine if this agent can roll out an egg that then expands and actually adds new cover to the map temporarily, similar to a sage wall, but not meant to completely block a path like a sentinel, but you could throw it out, which controls the space, and you could use it as cover. I mean, you know how ISO here, I'm running up with the wall, but instead of it being again a full duelist, it is a pseudo controller duelist, something that can add cover to the map, play for themselves, but also play for the team. I don't know, just some random thoughts. We have no idea what we're gonna get like at all. It could be an egg trap that traps you, but that's more sentinel. Who knows? For all we know, it could be a sentinel, right? Right now, we're just theory crafting. We're just having fun. But the initial concept is that I just want to see some more unique agents that just don't feel like they have to fit their role, but they also got to step out of their comfort zone and then just not be too weak. That's what I'm trying to get at. And then the last point, which I have covered previously, so I won't dive into too much depth, is how many agents can Valorant actually add to the game. Now, truth be told, they are releasing at a slower pace, and as far as I understand, Riot has full intention to slow down the pace because they know this is a problem they're going to face in the future. Don't mind that whiff, I'm embarrassed. Listen, the idea here is that I believe eventually there will be a point of no return in which Riot will probably have to cycle agents in and out or add an agent ban system. I'm not entirely sure, it just depends how far they want to take it when it comes to adding new agents to Valorant. No idea. I think we're already getting to a point when you look at the agent select, it's very, very full, and it's getting there. Like once that row is done, it's hard to imagine another full row or even another row after that. That's just my personal opinion. It's going to get quite chaotic, and I think around 50-ish agents is going to be Valorant's cap. I am interested to see what Riot does to deal with this issue because I've brainstormed myself and I don't even know what they're supposed to do here. They've already fixed up maps. They know how many maps they want to rotate into the game. But even then, maps is a whole nother discussion we won't get into today. Icebox has been out of the meta for so long that it's low-key sad and kind of boring. Like, Riot has some stuff to fix. Maybe map voting per act, I don't know. But Riot has a lot to deal with here, and the way they navigate the future is going to dictate Valorant's health. There's no other way to put it. But let me know what you think down below.